I grew up in an atheist home. I never went to Sunday school, we never went to church. And I lived life on my own terms without any reference to God. And when I was 30, I got involved with a guy who was 5 years younger than myself. When I found out that he was doing heroin, instead of leaving him, I started taking heroin as well. That began an 18-month ordeal as I tried to come off the drug, but I just found it is incredibly addictive. I was staying at a friend's flat, and I remember rummaging around in the drawers for some matches, because one way of taking heroin is to light a bit of it and inhale the fumes. It's called chasing the dragon. And while looking for the matches, I found a little Gideon New Testament, and while high on heroin, I started reading this little New Testament. I'd never read the Bible before, and I just read there that I was in real trouble, that there was a living God to whom I owed an account for my life, this life that I had just trashed. I didn't know who Jesus was, but I knew I had to get to a church. And so I went to a church service on Good Friday, on the morning of Good Friday. And I remember sitting right at the back of the church, near the back door, ready to make a quick getaway. But then they started reading from the Gospel of Matthew about Jesus' crucifixion. I just sobbed, because I realized what I heard was that he had died on the cross for me, that all the things that I had done and the punishment that was coming my way, he had taken on the cross. And I just burst into tears. He had done that for me, so that I could not be forsaken. And I just knew that I was God's daughter. And I was sobbing. I was absolutely sobbing. I don't know what people thought, but I didn't really care, because I walked out there knowing that God is my Father. And life it has changed from that moment on. That was 9 years ago. And as I look back over the time that I've been a Christian, God has changed me from the inside out. Where before I lived life for myself and on my own terms, I see now that there's real freedom and real joy in living for God and on His terms. And I love Him with all my heart, my soul, my strength, and I love others. And for me, that's what makes life worth living. And I can't thank Him enough for what He's done for me.